in what I hope to be my final hours of Century 20, year 21, since I passed another bon anniversaire with Alexander only, but he's a Bermuda short. He's not 6 foot, he's not 96 inches tall. I mean, he was born in Les Enfants. So, when your infantry is smaller and younger than you are in your Bermuda Triangle and Bermuda Short, what are you supposed to do when the foxhole you fell out of was already damaged? You're in a foxtrot the minute you get here as Vixen with a viper, like, I'm just gonna come at you. And then they make you wait so long, you have to give birth to an infantry all on your own. That would be Alexander. That's how Catherine and Alexander the Great and their great system is wearing their Hyperion type Bermuda shorts at this point. Because it's like, I really wanted a pair of pants. Why am I wearing shorts? What happened to all the material? Was there not enough to make me a pair of pants or a nice pencil skirt below the knee? I mean, come on. So, I hear in this disgusting version of humans in New York, in this U.S. Army that my grandfather had, that then became USA for the U.S. is under biological attack on home soil, being the state of New York. There's a federality problem, there's a state problem, there's a Navy problem, there's an Army problem, there's an Air Force problem, there's a commercial aviation problem, there's a record label, there's a recording studio, there's something called an Arista, Arista. There's something called an ad council. I don't know who and what they are in charge of. So now you've got an ad council, you've got signing celebrities and stars of all countrymen and statesmen of the children you couldn't give two fucking craps about and just easier to fucking kill with bullets elsewhere. But now all of a sudden you got a wife, a sister, a child, and you got all these like legality binding papers and contract signings for singing labels and acting labels and labels, and you're like, why didn't we just bust the label maker and just cut our losses? I mean, that's where I'm at. I didn't say to go down this route. I don't know why you keep pulling me down this disgusting. I'm like, listen, if surface suction and tension gets too much while I'm out in the disrespected part of the world, while you're all in some kind of like assignment of respect and clothing, and you're all looking white, tight, right for Klansmen of my lineage, heritage, and heresy thing I got going on that they're abusing. Could you just do me a favor? I know I don't look like a cistern. Don't say sister, because that's what the dumb, fucking, and useless say. Cistern. Cistern. It's like the urn of my burnt ashes you just carry around. Like, she was respectful before she had to do the phoenix thing. Right. So here we are, and I'm in New York. I don't know what an ad council is. I don't know what a record label is, who runs them, I mean, like, what are you humans good for? What are you organizing in this shitbag version of human? Alright, so here you go, guys. Ready, Klansmen? You know what you call yourself. You know the training you took. You know how long it took you to get there. You know why you're so respectful. I'll just agree, and you'll just have to teach me, because I am in the disrespectful part of the world, however that happened, and I gotta get back home, because this doesn't look right. And I seem to be the only one awake, alive, and able to put some kind of tension wire together to say, okay, here's the rope. You'll call that you're in Europe, and I'm over in the disrespectful side of America. I'm trying to keep my clothes on. I'm trying to stay woman trained by brothers who are coaching her and screaming from Europe over to her like, come on, you can do it. Like, we can't cross the water for some reason now because whatever Lou did, but like, we just want to like get you back. So you walk that tightrope and we'll just coach from, right, got that. So that's about as far as your coaching reach goes. So now, and I see you're all practicing heresy yourselves, so I'm like, harem, this is going to be difficult when you really do look like the prostitute bunch that, I mean, you all say you're so respectful. I'm like, I see what you let the Tropicana children do on the telenovela. I'm like, So now I'm just sitting here waiting for like the day I can get like a hairdresser with some whatever and my skin fixed, but it doesn't usually come from a horizontally aligned electric grid. That's usually the punishment, like an electric fence you use for the shitbag children you don't like. So why am I stuck here? Right, okay, so got home team, right, I'm like, listen, I came out in a foxtrot. That means I was coming in hot as a Russian fighter jet, and something shot me down in the Americas. That would be Lynn and Lou. And now the Italian American and the Americans telling me I belong to them. I gotta call myself American, and I'm a New Yorker. And I'm like, I heard Germany has a better plan. Right, I mean, the Italians, right, not in my household, looked like they were respectful, but they died. So now I just got Lou, and he's a little too American for me wanting to call myself an American. We played Alien before with my youngest son, and he's like, I'll be the special weapons expert. And I'm like, right. So then we had like a little candid conversation in front of Grandpa, and I'm like, I don't think he qualifies as a U.S. Army or anything, but you want to, well, that's a big title. Great. Okay, so I'm from captain of a ship far, far out on the ocean. I don't get to the land much, so I don't know what you are all pretending a U.S. Army looks like. You'll just have to inform me as we go. Sure enough, Lou's like, there's an alien and there's spacecraft. And I'm like, why is the Army talking about spacecraft beyond the atmosphere where they can't see and they're not? I'm like, Lou, your people are down at your feet. They're at the surface, superficial label. Why are you going far reach into the alien unknown? Your U.S. Army right in front of your face there, kiddo. 1949, kiddo. Right, 1978's calling you out on the tarmac. Nobody said you could go fly anything. Nobody said you could invite people into Ethernet anything. Nobody said you could expand the, like, far reaches of anything. You are at your feet and what's in front of you and fucking fix it, you stupid ass. Couldn't even get that much done in 70 years. So now I'm like, right, okay. So then I even said to him, I was like, Lou, I was like, I'm interdimensional, interstellar. And he's just like, oh, she's an alien and she's interstellar. So he pulled in for, and I'm like, you know, the more I watch you, human, the more I realize just how ill-equipped and how painfully they've used this weaponry. Like, they've siphoned off all of your potential intellect. They've enhanced themselves elsewhere, these humans. And now they've given me your white face as an embarrassment to the entire race. I was like, and claim that you're some kind of leadership or you're some kind of important figure, which I already know you're not. Now, how's that going to work in all area dumb, fucking useless for breaking some surface tension and taking down the entire board, an entire container and containment pieces to the bottom of the fucking ocean so nobody can ever search or find them ever again? Now, for your Hyperion stealing that you humans did, since I had to re-record this, am I one of the containers at the bottom of the ocean you just keep pretending you can't find, but I've been molested and opened and closed and sealed and then re-evaluated and sealed again, and you just left me on the bottom of the ocean this time? I'm just curious, because the surface tension you were allowed to break is all the shitbag Maria Mirza looking kiddos with that Mirtha guy that I put up on TV earlier. Right, yeah, those kiddos that are only, those are drug lords and warlords as far as I'm concerned, at federales and Guatemalans with baskets of bananas that they're just running over the border with Uzis and whatnot, killing all the white kids that are like, welcome to our state! It's so nice to house you! Like, as if they're like an adoption agency. I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with you libertarians? And did you not get the Liberace message, dumbasses? They're here to fucking kill you. I know they got bananas, but you can only have one meal on a banana. And then you got a guy with an Uzi who wants to do horrible things to you and torture you and, oh my god. Right. Oh, they didn't teach you that in your dumb fucking useless United States of Ad Council? Really, I mean, what you let out to the general public is really disgusting, humans. I had no part of it. I was sunk at the bottom of the ocean in some kind of sealed container, waiting for fucking help or the rest of the Bermuda Triangle to go, wait, nope, I got my kid in the colostomy bag. Yeah, no, she hit a filter. Nope, I need her back. Right, yeah, where did that guy go? Just curious. Because that's the one I needed. But you keep sending all the fucking shit that just wants to float at the top surface and get a tan. Right. I'm not looking for like a hoopty. I'm not looking for like a image coordinator corrector guy. My image is, I fucking hate you humans. You fucked up really bad. And I got some shit I gotta do with some really important people and quiet things. So now, what's the label at Arista I put on that? Because I put like invaluable, like untouchable. I put a lot of labels that are really supposed to mean that, like, you're supposed to move, humans. And yet, they're not taking their part seriously. Star 1978, Star 8378, Nicole Cattaruzza. I have no idea what this supposed ad council is. I don't know who runs it. I don't know who cloned their own and restarted up someone else's quiet, like, protection unit and then became dangerous with the more they learned. The more you know. Right, no, where I come from, that's really fucking dangerous. I don't want you fucking shitbags knowing a fucking thing.